Hey guys, this is Patricia. I wanted to show you all how I created a chip bag. And what you see here isn't the actual size of a chip bag. It's not the actual size of a chip bag template. I have my own dimensions. So I altered it, but I wanted to still show you guys how I created the bag. So please do not go by this template because this is the wrong template. These aren't the dimensions. But anyway, you're more than welcome to buy the template if you choose, but I just wanted to show you and give you an idea of how how you actually create a chip bag, since I got so many questions on how it's created. This is my version in Silhouette of how to create the chip bags. One of the reasons, as you know, I changed the group because I wanted to introduce Photoshop and other programs, other designing programs. Until I learned Photoshop, I didn't realize that you can actually use Photoshop with Silhouette. I didn't learn that until recently. So what I do now, instead of me tracing, I no longer trace what I have to trace. I place it in Photoshop. Once it's in Photoshop, I delete the background. I save it as a PNG, and when I save it as a PNG, it comes in like this when I bring it into Silhouette. It does not have any of the background. The only thing that you have to do after that is, because it is in PNG format, if you click on it, you're going to see that a lot of times it goes way further out. As you can see here, it's way further out. So what I do in the case of that, I go back over it and I still do a trace on it. I still trace it, but now I'm not tracing all of these pieces trying to get all the other stuff out. The only trace that I'm doing is I'm tracing just to get the the outside. I only want to trace the outer edge. And so all I do is trace it. I trace the outer edge, and I'm gonna just move this. And then I come back. Hold on. Give me a second, because it's okay. There it is. I trace the outer edge. Come on. And then I go into modify and I crop. And then once I do that, I'm going to delete this area. And now I have my same design. These I don't have to modify and crop because these are actually these are actually like little drawings or paintings. So excuse me, those I don't have to, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead on and do it anyway. I'm going to do the same for those. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything at the same time. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sneezing. I'm going to do them all at the same time. I'm just going to go to trace, select trace, trace it. And like I said, all you're wanting is the outer edge. You only want the outer edge of everything. And the reason I went up on it more, because I want to be able to get the black hairs that I see on his head. So that's why I went up. I'm going to click trace outer edge. Then I'm going to go in, modify, and crop. I probably should not have done all of them together. Let me go back. That's probably what the problem is, because I did them all together instead of doing each one separate. And it's not. Okay, they allow me to crop that one. It didn't allow me to crop that one. I'm going to bring it back. this. Oops. Because I need all of these together. I'm going to group them. Place it to the side. Actually, I missed one. I missed a piece, so I'm going to go back and grab it and group it. This red is probably, the red and green were too close. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trace all of those by themselves because it wouldn't allow me to do the crop with all of them. So I'm just going to do it by itself. Go up on the threshold, trace it, modify, and crop. Group it, place it to the side. Same thing for this one. Select trace area, trace it, modify, and crop. I'm not sure. I don't think it actually traced it. So I'm going to go back, select trace area, trace, modify, crop. And it did. It looks like I still... What I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it again because it looks like something's still in there because I can see that box around it. And then maybe it isn't. So now I'm going to just group it. Okay, that's it. So I grouped it. I'm going to do the same for this one. Usually you would have to get the little pieces out of this area. If I had traced it, you would take time trying to get that out. And I just go to Photoshop and I just get it all out at one time. It takes me less than 30 seconds and I'm on my way. I'm going to go back to trace. And like I said, all you're doing is waiting for it to change. All you're basically doing is tracing the outside. You just want the outer edge. Trace outer edge. Modify, crop. Same thing for this one. Trace, select trace area. And because I want the little black hair, I'm going all the way up so that it makes the hair thicker for me. Trace outer edge. Modify, crop. And now I'm going to do the same thing for Angelica. Select, trace, I'm going to trace the outer edge, modify, and crop. Okay. Now I have this one. I'm going to do the same for this one. Let me trace it on with the outer edge. And I want to say I probably had already did this one, but that's okay. Trace outer edge, modify, and now I'm going to crop it. Now, with my design, I want to remove, I don't want that sign to say Rugrats. I want it to actually have a name in the inside of here. So I'm going to show you how I make this design itself so that it can say the name. And I'm going to increase it larger. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it on the side. I'm just going to group it and place it on the side. And I want to show you, because a lot of people, they don't really know how to use editing points. So this is a good way so that you learn how to actually use the editing points. I want to cover where it says Rugrats. So I'm just going to show you a new technique in order to do that. I could have easily gone in Photoshop and deleted it, but then I would have had to come back with the yellow and all of that stuff. So for me, I thought it was easier doing it this way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to use my editing points. I'm going to use my editing points to create that little zigzag area. And I'm hoping you guys, you'll start using stuff like this as well in your projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to the edge here. I'm going to double click it. I know I want it here. Then of course I have this, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to place a point there. Come back. I'm going to place a point about here. Go to the top. I'm going to place another point. Come down. Take another point. Go up. And what I'm going to do is, after I finish, I'm going to straighten everything so that it goes along the outline. And as you can see, I'm just taking points and going to the different points. This one I'm going to take and bring it closer in. I'm going to take the outside point, bring it in. I'm going to go back and straighten everything up so that it all looks like the white area anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And as you can see, I'm just clicking on points and bringing it down so that it goes within that area. Come on. And all I did was click back on it to get my my editing points back. Sometimes you'll kind of lose it because you accidentally click on something else. But just click it back and you'll get it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that everything is in sync with the white one, with the white area that I'm trying to trace actually. And so everything is beginning to look good. And then once I'm done, I'm going to click. I'm trying to grab it again. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And so all I'm doing is covering it now. All I did was cover it. And as you can see, it just covered. And now I'm able to change the actual name. So now I'm going to group it together and place it on the side. I'm going to bring my chip bag back in. And now I can start playing with how I want to design my actual chip bag. I'm going to change this color to white. And as you can see, I changed it to white. Actually, I don't want it white. I want it green. I'm going to change it to green, but I'm going to use the green. I'll use this color green. It doesn't matter. I think I changed it to red. I'll use that color green. And then we're going to take the outline. We're going to do it green. And then, of course, I won't keep it green because I have something else that I want. I have something else that's in mind that I want to do with it. To make sure everything is still lined up, you can change the color, your line style color, and I'm gonna just change it to black. I'm gonna just change it to black just so that you can kind of see it. And then at the end, I'll go back and I'll change it back to the color that I need it to be. So I'm gonna put my Rugrats here. And then I actually want to go across with like a little border. And I'm going to tilt, and I'm going to tilt my border. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know why I keep deleting it by accident. Here we go. I'm tilting my border. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to place it here. Then I'm going to take one of these, duplicate it. And you'll understand why. I'm going to change the color. This isn't going to work unless you change the color. It will not work if you don't change the color. And I want probably a different color purple. I don't like that purple. And so I want a different purple, but because I want that, I can't have this outside of that particular block. All I'm going to do is go to it. And actually, I'm going to duplicate this one because I need it on the other side as well. I'm going to go to modify. Oops. And I'm going to go to subtract. So when I subtract it, all I have to do is subtract at the edges. All I have to do is just bring it back in and it's going to line up perfect. I'm going to take this one, delete it, and I want this to be to the front. I'm going to take it and bring it up a little bit. Now, the bottom part, all I'm going to do is, because I want to change the color, I don't want the same color. I want the bottom part to be white. I'm just going to use my editing points. I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to change the outline to white. I'm going to take the purple, bring it on top. Now I have my bottom. And to make sure that it's straight, all you have to do is just change the color and look at it, and you'll see that it's straight. It's the right color. I'm going to take this, bring it back to the front. And then I can change these colors to whatever colors I want. The reason I got it in different colors like that, because I wanted to be able to do the different shapes. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to duplicate it a couple times. We're going to use yellow. And then I'm going to take it, and I'm just going to go with a few colors that are in some of these. And then this was a blue, but it was supposed to be a different blue. And then this is my red. And I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to change the color and give it a purple. And then this is green. I'm going to duplicate it one time. And then I'm just going to change the color on it to this turquoise color. And so now I can start building. I'm going to bring it to the front. You can turn them around. You don't have to go all the same way. You can increase the size on some to make them bigger splashes. Uh-oh. I'm going to bring it to the front. I'm going to go back because and then I'm going to take the blue, take the green, I'll bring it to the front. I'm going to take the purple. I'm just going to duplicate another one of these. And I'm going to change it to this blue color. I'm going to put it here. And then here, I can actually make it bigger if I want to. And I'm going to just put a name. I won't go through the font, but there is a font that will work and make it look like the actual font, but I'm not going to go through that. I'll have to tell you guys that, or you can do research on that part of it yourself. This is basically to show you guys how it all works together, how you blend everything up or bring everything together. I can also do a shadow on it. If I want a shadow, I can use a shadow. I can change that shadow color. Let's try yellow. I actually like that, what it initially had. Let's try that. I'm going to just hit back so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Okay, we're going to go with that. You see the blue line, so I'm going to just put add jewelries to the dictionary so you guys can see. And then I'm just going to use the same font, 5th birthday. I'm going to use the same font. I'll change the color. And we're just going to do a white on it. Oops, I had it where I wanted it. And then if you want, you can just place another little character. And I'm going to bring it to the front. I just added a character. If you wanted to, you can even change that color. It doesn't have to be white. You can place it whatever color you want. Then next you're going to go to the side. You can change that color to whatever color you want as well. I'm going to just change it to probably a gradient. I'm going to change the angle on the gradient. I think that looks okay, so I'm going to just change it to that color. And then all you will place is your nutrition facts, which is something I forgot to pull up, was the nutrition facts. And I pretty much keep nutrition facts, so you'll always see nutrition. I always keep them. I've even created my own. I have a list of nutrition facts that I've created just for my items. Then now I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to change the color to white on that rectangle. Oops. And I always tell in my videos, I always tell everyone to always make a copy, because when you make the copy, you'll always have it. You'll always have it, and you just work from the other parts of it. I'm gonna do a line style, and I'm gonna change that line style color. I'm gonna just use yellow. I'm sorry, I changed the transparency, and I was actually trying to change the line, make the line bigger. And then I'm going to use the barcode font for this particular font. You change the color to black, or you can change the color to black or whatever color you want to. I'm just going to use black. And then on the other side, you can also change that color. And I'm going to do the same thing and probably do a transparency on it. I'm going to change the angle. I'll put the angle here so that it kind of looks like the blue one here. And then you basically just, you can put your message. I'm going to flip her. I usually put something here, so I'm just going to take this one and put here, place it here instead, and bring it to the front. So I'm going to take it and put it there, and then I'll take this one and I'll flip it horizontally, place it here, bring it down just a tad bit, and then I'll put some text. And I just put, thank you for coming to my party. Just going in the center. I'm going to just use area around. Which is here. And I'm going to put the outside white. I'm going to put the white, outside white. And actually, I have to use an outline because I can't see the white with that area. So I'm going to do a line style. I'm going to put the outside yellow. And that's how I would design it. And now I'm going to group everything together. And once everything is grouped, all you do is print. Of course, you can change I'm going to ungroup. Of course, you can change your line styles, because I changed the line styles just so that I can see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it back to the green. And then this one you can change, keep it at your red, and you can keep this one at your blue. And then, like I said, all you're going to do now is you're going to group it together, and that's basically it. I hope this video has helped you guys. I appreciate it to the highest. If you are interested in this particular template, you can purchase that from www.tpartyprintables.com. Anytime you purchase templates, you are automatically going to the secret Tea Party Printables group. That's for templates and classes and all of that stuff and free stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.